Hi, welcome back. This is Professor James Rivera, and this is Fundamentals of Phonetics, English 3325. I really missed all of you. I hope that you're all doing well, you and your families. We've been praying very hard so that we can overcome this crisis. Thank God we can get to start again, even though it's via means that we didn't plan to at the beginning of the semester, but this is the plan. So for the time being, we will be meeting virtually. I know that some of you may feel anxious, nervous because of this, but I assure you, it's my mission to ensure that every one of my students finishes the semester favorably, and you will have my assistance, at least within as much as I can help you. I will. So what I'm going to ask you to do is ensure that within your means, your possibilities, stay in touch with me. If you have any questions, any doubts pertaining to anything having to do with the course or the courses that you're taking with me, please make sure that you send me an email. What I want to do today is just give you a heads up regarding what it is that we're going to be doing to ensure that the semester flows or continues to flow, particularly with the phonetics course where we have a test pending. So before we left from campus to our recess, we were expecting to come back and take our midterm test on March the 18th, but that didn't happen, obviously. And this is where our semester paused. This is our calendar, and we completed the first 8 weeks. On the 7th week, March 4th, was the intended date for the tests. However, I postponed it, and the intention was to take it on the 18th, as I just had told you. However, upon coming back, I'm sure that you've all been studying the material from chapters 1, 2, and 3, and the vowels from chapter number 4. So what I want you to do is make sure that you're reviewing that material, and next week, you already have a test scheduled on Blackboard. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the tests in just a moment. So this is where the semester continues. We have week number 9. It says April the 1st, but April the 1st is really the Wednesday. Even though we're going to be meeting or having our materials posted for Mondays and Wednesdays, you will have a chance to defer some of the assignments throughout the week, right? This is not an online course per se, despite the fact that we are going to be meeting online. So test number 1 is scheduled for April the 1st, and you need to ensure that you are online and you connect and take the test at 9 o'clock in the morning, just as you would take the class. So it's already programmed to open at 9 o'clock, and it's going to close at 10:30, but as I said before, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the tests in just a moment. So this is the way that the semester schedule has been altered. So week number 10 is a week right after that, from April 6th to the 10th, from the 13th to the 17th, and so on all the way down up to May the 18th through the 22nd. So if we were to come back to campus, our class would meet for the last time on May the 20th, but we still don't know whether that's going to be possible, right? So prepare for a long haul, and I'm doing the same thing myself. So I'm going to, as I said before, we're all on the same boat, and we're all in this together. And I don't want you to think that I'm not sympathizing or empathizing with the circumstances that you're all living. My family and I, we're all trying to be safe. We've been in our home for all this time, but we're trying to make the best of it. And I've been praying for each and every one of you. And I want you to hang in there. All right. So whenever it is that you feel that you are overburdened with course material, whatever it may be, and I know that my face is one that you see very often, and I'm not going to keep you from seeing me, because as you see today, I'm going to record myself as often as I can. So if we're not able to meet through Collaborate, So I will be sending you PowerPoint presentations and other videos where I can explain, and at least you can see me. There's a human aspect to this. So I will be coordinating office hours. They'll pretty much remain the way they were before for the time being, so that you can contact me, but I will be readily available whenever you need to consult something with me via email. And as I said on day number 1, jrivera@aguadilla.inter.edu is the email that I see most quickly. So test number 2, finals will be up to June the 1st, right? That Monday, June 25th is a holiday. So we still haven't been told how it is that the university is going to deal with once the crisis is over, if you want to call it that. We're going to return to the campus, or for security reasons, if we are going to complete the semester online. We don't know, but that's not something that I should really, I would worry about. Test number 2 would be April the 29th, right? As you can see here, the week in which we're going to be reviewing chapters 4 and 5 will be April 27th to May the 1st, really April 27th and the 29th. So the test could be the 29th. However, this is not written on stone, so if you feel that you want to take the test the following week, or for me to program it for you for the following week, I'd be more than glad to. The weeks after the next week, they're really a fun part of the semester because we had to practice a lot of transcription, and I'll be uploading material for you to work on your lab. So I don't want to bombard you with a lot of information now. I know that you're accustomed for me to bombard you with a lot of information, but that's not what I want to do today. I don't want to add stress to the anxiety that you may feel. I just want you to know that we do have a plan, all right? So regarding test number 1, this is what I want you to see. Oh, not that. Here's how the first weeks transpired. We covered chapters 1, 2, and 3. Most of that is theoretical material, vocabulary having to do with phonetics, or vocabulary, phonetics terminology. We talked about syllables, how it is that syllables are divided, right? The onset and the rhyme. And the rhyme is divided into the nucleus and the coda. Make sure you review that in your textbook. We talked about the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet, International Phonetic Association. We talked about acoustic phonetics versus historical phonetics versus clinical phonetics, articulatory phonetics. So make sure you review those terms within the textbook. So there's a lot of terminology in the tests. There's a portion that is devoted primarily to the anatomy of phonetics. You remember we talked about, I drew on various occasions on the board the side view of the human anatomy. Remember where the different parts within the oral cavity and the nasal cavity and the air passage, where the pharynx is, where the larynx is, the alveolar ridge, the velum, the palate, etc. There's an image of this in your textbook. I told you I would not be focusing too much on details such as the epiglottis, the glottis, and the diaphragm, and all this other good stuff, which really does not add very much to what it is that we're considering throughout our course. Now, there's an important part that has to do with vowels. So you need to ensure that you practice the sample words that you may have learned for the different vowel symbols. So remember what the high vowels are, front vowels, mid vowels, back vowels, etc. The difference between the schwa and the wedge, when one occurs and when the other occurs, and that sort of thing. So I know that you may have questions, and the questions, I'll be more than glad to answer them as they arise. I'm working with all of my courses together, so I know that you may feel somewhat burdened. The reason for which I programmed the test for next week is because we have to have the test. We can't continue to postpone the tests. However, I understand that you should do well on this test if you review your notes and everything that we discussed in class. The test consists of 50 multiple choice items. They're very straightforward, and you will not have a proctor to take this test. I expect for everyone to take the test based on the honor code. And I know that why not? If you have your notes with you and you want to use them, I would recommend against it, because I don't think that you really need them. But if you feel that you want to use your notes, that you don't have to feel that you're sinning, use your notes. Go right ahead. But bear in mind, I have not designed this test as an open book test. So if you decide that you want to use your notes, that's going to be time consuming, and it may take you more time than you really need to take the tests. Once the tests closes, there's no going back. All right, so you have 50 items. For instance, if I ask you, what is the symbol, the phonetic symbol for the word, the phonetic symbol for the vowel in the word kite? So that would not appear because that's a diphthong. A monophthong, monophthong. A monophthong such as I, E, A. So in a word such as C, what's the phonetic symbol that you would choose? And I give you, of course, 4 options to choose from, each representative of a vowel sound in English. So that's what you have to look forward to on the test. I may give you some pointers by Tuesday. I'll probably send you a PowerPoint presentation. Don't necessarily count on it, but I'll see what I can do on that day. What I am expecting is for you to send me feedback on this presentation, whether you received it. Let me know what your questions are, what your doubts are, what your concerns may be. And don't sweat the small stuff, right? And it's all small stuff. So your assignment for next week is study for test number 1. You already know that you have a test scheduled. You need to ensure that you wake up early as if you were getting ready for the class, for the face-to-face class. And the test opens at 9 and it closes at 10:20. So you need to make sure that it's not that if you get there, if you open it at 10:20, you're going to have an hour and 20 minutes. No, the test is going to close regardless of whether you enter at 10:15. If you enter at 10:15, bear in mind you have 5 minutes to take the test. So make sure that you're ready prior to 9 so that you can start at 9 o'clock. All right? So please send me your email messages to jrivera@aguadilla.inter.edu, as you can see it here on the screen. Do not send me messages. If you want me to answer them promptly, do not send them to me via Blackboard, because you know what's going to happen. They're going to remain there. All right, so I hope that everyone is well. I look forward for all of us to stay in touch once again. Look forward to receiving other videos such as this one from me. Take care. God bless you. Stay safe. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon. God bless you.